Another important question for me as a Catholic theologian or Catholic religious ethicist is the status of Catholic social teaching in the United States at the present time. And some might say, well, that really stems from an encyclical which was written in the United States, namely Rerum Novarum. Well, of course, no encyclicals are written in the United States. They're written, they represent the thought of the Pope in Rome, but are meant for the entire church. So if you take a document, for instance, like Rerum Novarum, which is the founding document for contemporary Catholic social teaching, the question might be asked, where do we stand in America with regard to Rerum Novarum? Well, in some ways we stand very far from Rerum Novarum because Rerum Novarum is no longer the criterion for understanding Catholic social teaching. That document is a starting point, and I would think represents a good example of the evolution of religious thinking and church thinking about the nature of social justice. What social justice meant to Leo XIII would be a far cry from what it means in the contemporary church, particularly in the United States. Without reviewing the history of Catholic social teaching, the most important aspect of the heritage of Rerum Novarum at the present time would be the concern for those who are dispossessed, what is called in Catholic teaching the option for the poor, and an understanding of systematic injustice or systemic injustice. And I would have to speak about that heritage of Rerum Novarum in the context of Catholic higher education, and I would see the rising concern among Catholic educators about the relationship between what's learned in the classroom and what's put in practice outside the classroom. Many people consider that service learning, and I would say that that's very much on target, that if we can educate a generation of young Catholic students as leaders in this country with regard to questions of social justice, we will have made an extremely important contribution to the future of American society. I think in the past, when Catholics thought about social responsibility and the professions, for instance, they would think more about becoming a businessman or going into the FBI, as Daniel Moynihan said, more the lower levels of American society in terms of leadership. I don't mean to say that Catholics don't become leaders in the business community. That's another issue that's very important today. But the tendency of Catholics in the past not to take leadership roles in society in terms of government or global leadership. And another aspect of the heritage of Rerum Novarum would be not simply for Catholics to become the leaders in the FBI, but to become the leaders in the State Department. That when we talk about social justice in relationship to Rerum Novarum today, we're really talking about alleviating hunger, but also alleviating the causes of hunger and bringing about systemic change. So if there's any one area in American Catholic higher education where social justice, where Rerum Novarum has an impact, it's this passion for questions of social justice and human rights in American society as well as around the world.